I really wanted to get on this topic because I got this friend that went through some domestic violence, and I feel like we don't really talk about this as much because some people, like, they be going through domestic violence in relationships, and sometimes they don't make it out. So that be the scary part too.
I feel like they are trying to normalize toxic relationships. And that's the thing. Once you stress me out, man, listen, it's like I'm gonna handle you from afar. That's just how I am. But some people just be like, oh well, it was just one time. People is I feel like the honeymoon phase is real, and you will never know how a person act until that person feels comfortable around you to act up. I'm watching Love After Lockup. One of the dudes, as soon as he put the ring on Shorty's finger, he started changing. Like, as soon as he got married to the girl, like, started changing. And that's what a lot of people do out here is, like, okay,
it's a gotcha game.
Yeah. Like, I got you, like, like, you're not getting out of this that easy, like. Crazy.
Yeah, I want to talk about domestic violence, my bad, and I want to talk about what you was talking about too, because the whole making out and that it's not being talked about is really not. Like, I have a best friend who went through some shit. Like, her boyfriend tried to get her off this world. Okay? He's no longer here. Like, physically, you feel me? But it's like, he went as far as you being with somebody for so long and you mad because, you keep disrespecting them and crossing your boundaries. Like, at some point, what makes you think, like, oh, well, you're not going to let me disrespect you, I'm just going to kill you? When do you stop and think, like, I'm wrong, I'm tripping, you just keep going and going and going? For what, though? Like, I don't be knowing, it got to be people be possessed or something, because it's like, if somebody make me that mad, I'm going to leave you alone. Like, I'm like, I can't do this with you. Like, I don't even be wanting to argue with people. I be wanting just to leave people alone. Like, all right, whatever, I don't care. Like, but to kill somebody, like, to get somebody off this earth, that's crazy. Like,
that's crazy, because me, I like my life. I like my life outside of jail. Like,
it's like you're not thinking about none of that. You're not thinking about the weed. You're not thinking about your hair. You're not thinking about the food. You're not thinking about the...
My thing is, nobody out here, there's no woman out here that's gonna get me out of my character to sit here and be like, yo, it's either you or me. Like, nah. Like,
I had somebody say that shit to me. I had somebody say that shit to me where I was a little dumbass, because I'm thinking like, oh yeah, we've been together, so he want to get married. I'm finna get engaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the ring, everything, let me pick it out. And it was just hell. Like, that nigga, once I decided to like really leave him alone, I would have answered the phone and shit. He started popping up in my house, calling my dad, all kind of weird shit. My dad's older, he's disabled, so he's going to entertain the conversation because he's not talking to nobody on a day-to-day basis, Mm-hmm. And then, their mind is slowly slipping, so even though I'm telling him things...
it's like company for him, so he's like, oh, so somebody to talk to.
Yeah, and even though I'm telling him these things like, hey, you can't call, you can't talk to him, like, we're not together no more, like, it's not... He be like, oh, you can't tell me who to talk to, but he don't understand, like, how serious it is. This nigga pulled up to the house one time and was like, it's either going to be me and you. It's gonna be me and you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know what I'm talking about. He's like, one way or the other, one of us gotta go. I'm like, one of us ain't gotta go no fucking where, nigga.
Nigga.
You can get the fuck though.
He bugged the fuck out. What the fuck?
Yeah. Those are the type of men that can't get another girl. Or they're afraid that they can't get another girl.
They be going out with I feel like I could say my story, because I've been in a domestic violence relationship, and I was with him for 2 years? Yeah. At first, they show that they sweet, kind, innocent, and then bam, you see the crazy side. Like, damn, motherfucker, where the fuck was this? You just played Houdini on me. Like, nah. But it really messes up with your mental. I'm not gonna lie. Being in a domestic violence relationship, that fucks up your head, and they don't see that at all.
I got a little sister. I got little cousins. I would never.
And that's the crazy part, because he had a daughter. So it's just like, if your daughter did something, like if your daughter was in a situation like that, how the fuck would you feel? But you doing it to me. So it's just like, you being a real
I feel like
hypocrite.
if you ever pull a gun out on a female, or you ever see you're gonna kill her or do something, you're a bitch. And you're gay.
Yeah, fuck you.
Like, I always, every time I hear a guy do something, he does, I be like, oh, you're gay as fuck. Like, you take dick. Like, you take dick. I know you do. Because there's no way you comfortable and you comfortable just saying some shit like that to a female.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
and
people
the female
will
that
look at you like you crazy.
got feelings for, like,
oh no, he gotta be insane. Like,
I realize, like, if you tell a woman you love her and stuff like that, and like you protect her and stuff like that, you gotta live up to the what you say and all that. Men always gotta have a code. They gotta have honor. They gotta have integrity. You know, they gotta have a big ego and all that. But a man should always have these codes and these morals to survive. And like, because when they don't do that, all they do is like bring men, like good men, down. You feel me? Because now when she be the good man, she always gonna remember the man that did something to her. I got a coworker, and like she rather mess with women because the last man she dealt with was abusive. He stalked her and stuff like that.
I totally believe that these women is out here looking for the wrong men though, because so there's a lot of men out here that has the wrong impression that, you know, girls like aggressive dudes, and a lot of dudes feel like being aggressive is being controlling. That's not it. And, you know, like controlling, abusive, it's crazy to me. But that's the type of woman that they be like, oh, he crazy, I like him. What? It's like, listen, all right, you good, I'm good. Like,
I just like for a person to show me that they can be protective. Yeah. Like they can protect me, but not do that shit towards me. Like, that's weird. Yeah. You supposed to be like that to people who's acting weird with me, you know?
Nah, it's cause like a guy will act weird, like act weird. What was I about to say? I lost my train of thought. I was thinking about something else.
A guy will act weird.
A guy will act weird, especially when he think a girl's cheating, right? So like, and like, but if he keep accusing that girl of cheating and stuff like that, she's gonna cheat. You feel me?
but
I don't feel like that's true. I feel like, and I don't want you to forget your point, but I feel like since I've dealt with somebody who was like that, I just feel like when it gets to the point where I see somebody, I'm doing somebody, and you always accusing me of cheating, you're doing it. Like, it's you that's doing it. It's not that it influences me to go do it. It just influences me to leave you the fuck alone.
Exactly.
You obviously
but
doing
in his
that
head,
shit.
y'all still together. But you like, nah, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I had a conversation with one of my exes, and like, and I'm like, you cheated on me. She's like, we wasn't together. I'm like, in my head, we was together, and all that. And that's why I said that. You feel me? And I realized I was wrong for even saying that, because you know, for me, because in her head we wasn't together. You feel me? And she probably either like hinted at it and all that, or I probably just didn't want to take it or accept it. You feel me? And like, or let it go. And for me, so she's technically right. Turn that around.
So my thing is, Amani said that basically she wants to know that the guy is able to protect her, right? Yeah. But I also feel like, don't put me in situations where you need to be protected. Yeah. You know, because there's a lot of women out here that will go
That get niggas killed. Now, that's a fact. Yeah, no. It's a lot of niggas that die behind a bitch just, oh, I'm mad. Kill him.
Calling my nigga, babe, he hit me, da-da-da-da. He come downstairs, now look, this nigga got shot because of you.
Yeah. Because you want to sit here and flirt and think it's innocent. But people mindset, nah, you get some people an inch, they take a mile. So you can't sit here and give anybody like the impression like, oh, dad, she like me. Like, okay, cool. Like,
And that's another thing, because I be feeling like I get that a lot. Like, and I don't feel like I give impression to people where I'm just like overly flirty. Like, I play a lot, I'm goofy, but distance, bitch. Like, have some respect. And yesterday, some crazy shit happened when we was in class yesterday. Like, this dude, I guess he liked me, right? I do hair. So when I get you my Instagram, you on my business page. Like, that's Styles by Badass. That's not even my name. My name is not even on there. You feel me? So it's like not even pictures, just hair. That's it. I give you my Instagram, and then we in class, and you want to swing on me. What you swing on me for?
Oh my goodness.
Like, for no reason. For no reason, swung on me.
Like that's how you play? Like, nigga, we ain't playing like that.
Yeah, so I was upset. I told my friends all about it like that. You feel me? I'm like, nigga, you lost your mind. You feel me? And my friends were doing time in. I'm just like, you know, a lot of things can happen to a lot of people because they put themselves in situations. Yeah. And I was texting somebody, and they was asking me if I was okay and everything. I'm like, somebody just swung on me, but I'm good. They called me like, let me come boom them. I'm like, it's not that deep. Relax. It's not that deep. Nobody hit me. Nothing connected. And if it did connect, niggas are here like with me to help me protect myself. You feel me? So I be feeling like people really be taking it to the extreme where they don't have to. Even though you have those options, you know, you have those cards to play. Play them on the right things, on the right time. But don't ever just neglect those, or you know what I'm trying to say. Take advantage of those things, because it's like you're gonna get somebody fucked up for real. And then
probably a year ago, it was a lady. She was her daughter, and she was stealing out of like a Family Dollar and stuff like that, something like that. And so they stopped at the door. She said, "Run home and tell your father what's happening." So the father and the son comes back, and they end up unaliving the security guard and all that. So now the mother's in jail, the father's in jail, the brother's in jail, the little girl is on her own foster care somewhere right now. Crazy. Yeah. And all over a woman stealing from a store.
Like, people gotta think about the causes of their actions. Like I don't understand. It's cause and effect. We're taught that from young, and nobody think about the effects. It's crazy. Like, now you can't raise your daughter. Your son is in jail. Like, come on, man. It's crazy out here in these streets.
people don't be thinking further than the moment. And that's what you gotta master. When somebody's pissing you off, thinking about how many ways they can go. I be doing that. Like, when that nigga swung on me, y'all, I'm thinking, like, I'm in class. I could smack the fuck out of this nigga. I could punch him. I could walk off. I could do a lot of things right now. But then now I'm out of a job. I'm out of a career. I'm out of school. He's still in school probably. You know, no, fuck that.
So I gotta focus on me before anything.
I mean, I still don't understand. Why would you do that?
Yeah, he did ask me, he was like, can you pass me my bag? And I was like, I be on some like dick catches sometimes. I'd be like, no, but I still have it in my hand and pass it to you. You feel me? So I was like, no, and I passed it to him. And then I was like, I was walking, he just, but it was like a hard wind. I felt a hard wind. I was like, in real time, did you just do that? Like, niggas is raised different though. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if it's the vaccine. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's crazy too. Like, you know, dudes out here is ready to fight and put their hands on women. I was never taught like that. That's
I know. I got a coworker that said he would do that. You know, like he proud of it. You know. He Other than that, he a cool dude.
He proud to like dick. That's what I just heard. I told you, I be up in it like
It's crazy.
Bombastic side eye. Cause that's crazy. What you mean you proud to hit a female? I hate niggas like that.
Right, bitch made ass niggas. Like,
It's crazy.
Yeah, I seen that podcast where they was doing this test when basically like they had the females call the guys that they was dealing with, having sex with, and basically tell them that they was pregnant. It was only one girl on that podcast out of all the girls that they performed, and the guy was like, "Oh, okay, don't worry." He was like, "So we just gonna cancel this. We're gonna go to the doctor. We're gonna book a trip. We're gonna talk about everything over the trip." It was only one guy that was willing to like, let's do this.
Anyway,
Let's do this.
first of all, if a girl tell you she pregnant and the guy is talking about let's take a trip,
No. Listen. Cause listen, she was like this. It went like this. She was like, "Hello." It was a whole little thing, you know. And then she finally told him like, "Well, I'm pregnant." He was like, "You pregnant?" He was like, "All right, so this is what we gonna do. We gonna stop the payment on the thing." And then he was like, "Then you gonna move in with me, and you gonna move out that crib you in right now. You feel me? I'm gonna just kick out my tenant." She's like, "You gonna kick out your tenant?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick out my tenant." She's like, "No, don't do that." She's like, "I'm just gonna get an abortion." He was like, "No, an abortion? No. He was like, "We gonna take a trip, okay? We gonna take a trip, and then we gonna talk about it. That's how it went. I just didn't go into detail, but I'm saying that was the only guy who was like excited and like willing to. Every other nigga was like, "It ain't mine." So, what you talking about? You need abortion money. The one nigga said, "My birthday coming up."
Oh, no.
He said, "My birthday." I said, "I need to drop them niggas for real. Like, I need to stop fucking them niggas because that's what I'm saying. You having sex with a nigga raw, it's a chance that could happen, and he give you a response like that.
Like
Leave him alone.
We used to go out to.
That's a risk every day."
Yeah. We used to go out to a lot of underground clubs, right? And like every single time around this time we was going, the girls would always say, "Where the drug dealers is at?" Like when they seen us, like, you feel me? And like, and I felt insulted, but I also didn't feel insulted because I knew how much money he made a year and I knew how much money I made a year. So I'm like, it's about insulting because you don't know what you was talking about. You feel me? So like,
maybe they just wanted drugs.
Nah, bitches is stupid. They be feeling like, "Oh, I get a drug dealer. He gonna cash out on me and be around with him." First of all, bitch, you get a drug dealer. He don't want to be around you. He's gonna fuck you and then he's gonna go on bust his moves. Unless you got a car to move him from point A to point B.
yeah, it's women. It's sad to say some women don't want a guy with a 9 to 5 because like a drug dealer, he'll have no job. He hang out on the block anytime he want. He could go anywhere he want. He could do anything he want. He got no meetings. He got no appointments. It's his time. You feel me? So like, but a 9 to 5, this guy 9 hours out the day, you sitting somewhere in an office somewhere or doing something manual for a little bit of change, you know, while she home sitting there for 9 hours by herself all day. So eventually, you know what she gonna do. You feel me?
So cousin, let me ask you a question though. If you was rich, right? You had a girl that didn't want to work, would you allow her to sit home?
See, and now as I'm rich, work is something totally different. She could sit home, but you could do stuff at that house that can make money. You feel me? And like you could do a cooking show. You feel me? Especially as I'm rich, I got a nice kitchen.
I don't know. I don't like idle hands. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day,
I'm just you asked me a question. I'm
answering
your question. But
I'm just saying. Like,
that's not what I would do though.
Yeah.
You know, for me, that's my answer to your question though.
My thing is like, if I'm working, then you can't sit in the house all day, you know. And I was having a conversation with one of my Facebook friends, and it was a girl from Nigeria that said. She posted something. Said, "If you can't take care of me when I'm broke, then I don't need you. Peace." And she like, you know, she was with that energy. She liked it, and I'm just like, well, what's stopping her from getting a job?
Yeah. See, so that's something totally different from my answer. See, like I said she could make a cooking show or something like that. That makes a lot of money. She could be on a Food Network or somewhere. You feel me?
But my homegirl was like, "Oh, you know, like I'm traditional where, you know, like I want to stay home and take care of the house and the kids. The kids is in school. Like, what you mean? Like, what are you doing at home all day? Like, I don't keep a dirty house at the, you know, for it to always be cleaned up. So what are you doing in the house all day?"
See, like I saw something get dropped on the floor. She's gonna pick it up and put it back in its place.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I was wealthy, I wouldn't mind having a man who didn't work, but I don't want him to be broke. Like, I want him to have something to him, and I want him to be able to do things that he want to do, and for me, because he want to do it. Yeah. But like, I don't want to be. I'm not one of the females to be like, oh, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta have like just some ambition, like just.
But if he didn't work, where's he getting money from?
It's different ways. If you're not working for somebody, it's different ways.
My question. That's the same thing I was saying. You could make money. You have to work for. You have to work for somebody.
I just don't want no bum who's like, oh, babe, I coming from work. He's sitting on the game. I get $30. I need to smoke. What the fuck? What you been doing all day?
All the food and shit. You just sitting on the couch, like really though. Bags of chips on the floor, everything, just everywhere. Like
it's a trail. When I walk in the house, it's a trail. Your drawers, your pants, your socks, your shoes. It's a trail leading. I know every room you went in. I know every pit stop.
That's why she's saying that.
I'm telling you. I know every pit stop. I got so pissed. I said, why the fuck is a trail every time I come in here? Like, it's a trail every time.
Nah, I seen an Instagram post. Shorty was at work. She needed to get home. Dude wasn't picking up his phone. She said he bet not have no girl in his house. So she went home. He in there with his two homeboys. Oh my God. It's weed. They smoking weed. It's bags of chips everywhere. They playing the game. She like, this what you do? This what you do while I'm at work? This you sitting here with your friends playing game? He's like, yo, y'all, she tripping. Y'all, look, we gonna move it to his house. Like, go ahead. I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'm gonna be over there in a minute. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I can't be lazy. I gotta be working.
Why you not like, yo, nigga?
Clean up the house. Like,
your girl just came home, bro. Like, but then the guy gonna be like, oh, you like my bitch?
But me, see, that's why, like, I don't be having a lot of company because not everybody's gonna take care of your house the way you take care of your house. You know, like, oh boy, I don't know.
I used to hang out with this dude, and right, he was mad cool and all that. You know, I knew him for a couple of years, and so I ran into him one day. So I'm like, all right, so he like, oh, you play the game? I said, no, I don't play the game, man. I said, but I play with you. He's like, all right. So he said, I'm bring my game over. So he started bringing his game over, right? So eventually I realized, like, after the first time was cool, second time was all right. The third time, I'm in the falling asleep. And I wake up, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He twisted, you know that. So now he like, all right, I'm gonna go sleep in the living room, man. So he like by my kitchen table sleep.
It's crazy
and shit like that.
Just to wake up and go back and play the game in the morning.
No, he left that morning. Like, he didn't stay. You know that. You know, he just eventually that's what the routine came. So eventually I just stopped answering my phone for him. I'm like, you're not gonna keep coming to my house. I won't play the game. You feel me? I'll play with him a couple of times, but after that, you know, you gotta go home. But yeah, but he stayed there. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, then go sleep on the living room floor or some shit like that.
I don't like that. I need you to go home. Like, you can stay, you can chill for a bit, but at the end of the day, it's like you're taking me out of my normal routines because it's like now I have to entertain you, you know. So you're taking me out of my normal routines. I need you to go home. I need you to go home. Like, you could come over, you could chill for, you know, a couple hours, but not all day. Not all day, you know. Yeah. It's crazy.
There's always somebody, man. It's always somebody. I got a friend that always try to like swindle you out of some kind of money. Like for example, he would go into like a Spanish restaurant, right, and be like, I want $5 worth of food. They like, yo, the plate of food costs $6.75, you know, $7. They like. So he would argue with them like, yo, I want $5, like this and that, just give me $5, put it in this one right here, this and that, like, you know, so or he would do something like this. He like, oh, here, order me such and such, and hand you $5 and go to the store. So one time he did it with me. He gave him the money. He went to the store. I stood there. He came back. I stayed in the same spot. He came back and said, here. I didn't get up there yet. Gave it back to him. You know, cause like I'm not even gonna play your game with you. Yeah. But he a good friend and all that. Call him my brother and all that. You know, but like there's certain things I can't do with him. That's something I would not go to the store and buy food with him. You know, because you're not gonna spend me to end up buying your food or giving you some portion of the money for your food.
That shit annoying. I hate when motherfuckers call me and act like they, hey, what you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just hungry.
Can I get $20?
Like,
I don't got it right now.
what if I ain't had it right now?
Really though, like what if I was struggling? Like, hold on, how you asking me?
Maybe the people who always ask and never do it back though. Like I don't have, if it's my friends, I know, cause you know we do it for each other. But if it's just somebody who know you, which I ain't talking for real.
Like, come on now, how you just like feel like you can just ask me?